Hello, and welcome to this preview of Limelight's November 2021 edition. Remember, you can read all these stories and more on our website, the home of the best arts coverage in Australia. Our cover story this month takes you deep inside Barrie Kosky's production of Rimsky-Korsakov's final opera, The Golden Cockerel. Jansson J talks to the legendary director about the opera, which will be fully staged for the first time ever in Australia at the 2022 Adelaide Festival. Two of Australia's most high-profile journalists, Leigh Sales and Annabel Crabb, have written a book together called Well Hello, inspired by their hugely popular podcast Chat 10 Looks 3. Read a heartfelt extract from the book in which Sales looks back fondly at music lessons as a child and talks about how listening and playing music is like taking a holiday from herself. From spaghetti westerns to new Australian dramas, nearly every moment we see on screen is underscored by music. Former Limelight Deputy Editor Angus McPherson talks to 5 composers about the pleasures and perils of writing for the screen. In a world where anyone can be an online critic, how much has changed in classical music reviewing? And what are the skills required to do the job really well? Shamistha de Souza talks to musicians, editors, artistic directors and an audience member about what they hope and expect to read in reviews. Also in this issue, Rhys Ryan interviews dancer and choreographer Alice Topp about the new collective of independent artists she has formed called Project Annabel. Deborah Jones celebrates the 30th anniversary of Restless Dance Theatre, and Winnie Huang writes this month's Cutting Edge column about the new music festival introduced to the Lucerne Festival, Lucerne Festival Forward. And of course, we have loads more besides. Timo Vekovalve, the principal cellist of the Australian Chamber Orchestra, tells us why he became a cellist and describes the 2 long-term relationships he has had with 2 exquisite instruments. Guy Noble gets on his monthly soapbox, and Clive Paget gives us his roundup of what's new on disc in his column On the Record. And in this month's Sacred Cow, Chad Vinden says that reports of the death of classical music have been greatly exaggerated. And in fact, after all the streaming that went on during lockdown, now we can't get enough of live music. And on top of that are reviews and previews of all the exciting work going on around the country, a roundup of recent industry comings and goings, the ABC's live concert schedule, and so much more. All of these stories and more are available on the Limelight website for our subscribers. Subscribe today and you could win a season pass to Palace Opera and Ballet's 2022 cinema screenings. Happy reading.